What's up everybody? My name is DJ Carlo Atendido and welcome to Mix with Me number 4's explanation video. In this type of video, I basically explain the mix I just made for you guys, so without further ado, let's get right to it. So immediately you can see there that I duplicated the Mi Gente tone play edit to the other side because it just makes things easier. I actually put these two songs in one file. So we have the first song, which is Mi Gente, and the tone play song, which is, spoiler alert, Candy Shop by 50 Cent on the other side. Now if you look at my hand over here at this section here, I am slowly bringing the BPM from 99.7 to 105, which is its natural BPM. And in my opinion, songs and beats and instrumentals and acapellas sound best when they're within their natural innate BPM. And Mi Gente's is 105. For me, you could probably go at maximum maybe 5 plus or 5 negative if you really want to push it. 7, but anything other than that will probably be a bit too much. So since I'm a stickler of being really innate and sounding natural, I wanted to stick to going to 105. Only for this section over here, which you will listen to right now. Boom! I just activated Beat Slicer mode. And the tricky thing about Beat Slicer mode in Rekordbox DJ is that you have to press it at the correct time. If you press it at here at this section, you're only going to get 8 bars from here to here, which sucks because that doesn't make any sense on the pad area here. So when you're going to use Beat Slicer mode, always make sure you activate that mode when you hit a downbeat. So I made sure to hit it here. So let's look at this Beat Slicer mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are my settings. You can set the range of your Beat Slicer mode on Rekordbox DJ. I'll probably make a tutorial on this soon, but you can set up how much you want to affect the beat you're going to effect. So we have 8. And my rate that I chose, I think, was about 1/2. So let's see what I do. So you can see that I affect pads number 2 and 3. I want to get these pads specifically because they make a cool sounding effect. I experimented with a lot of rhythms, but these guys for me sounded the best. Let's give it another listen. The trick to using Beat Slicer mode effectively is to treat it like a drumming machine. You're doing a live remix and you can't just go press these buttons and pretend it's a fighting video game and be like, it's gonna sound good if I do a lot of things. No, it's not. Everything a musician does, there has to be form, there has to be routine, there has to be order. So when you use and press these buttons, don't do it randomly. Give it some idea and give it some practice. You will find a cool pattern just by experimenting around. Okay, let's rewind and see this routine again. We've entered the downbeat area. I'm gonna activate Beat Slicer mode at this area over here. If you do it too early, it's not gonna get it. If you do it too late, it'll probably go to the other side. So you have to do it in the middle. That's it. It's very, very simple. When you're using Beat Slicer mode, try to keep your patterns pretty simple. Just drum rhythmically and you'll find something dope. Okay, let's move on. Alright, now Beat Slicer mode is still activated. I'm not going to use it anymore because now I'm shifting my focus from deck number 1 to deck number 2. Let's see what I do. I've already pressed cue point D and we are at this area over here, which is the blank section. I wanted to have an area here blank. And if you look closely at this area over here, there are a couple of tones that I isolated because I'm going to do a cool tone play routine. And the reason why I isolated these tones is that if I activated those tones at this section over here, another tone will interrupt. So if I'm going to do you're going to hear the and I don't want to hear the I want to hear the That's why I recorded these tones separately. And if you're gonna do a tone play routine, I highly recommend you do the same thing. So first, let the song play, record what you want the crowd to hear. Then at a blank area like this, record your samples specifically, the specific tones you're going to use. When it comes to making a tone play routine, it's not gonna be easy. Experimentation is the #1 way to get a good tone play routine down. And I messed with these tones so many times that eventually I heard a semblance to Candy Shop and I just figured it out. And I got the tones that I needed through a lot of experimentation. And keep in mind that I am not a musician. I don't know how to play the piano or guitar. I don't know how to read notes or whatever. I just know how to scratch and DJ. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Don't worry. It just takes, a good ear and a lot of knowledge of music to get the tones you want. So I just pressed Q point D. We're at this blank area over here. We're gonna do a tone play routine once you reach this section over here. Deactivate beat slicer mode. Here we go. So that is the Candy Shop routine. So I quickly moved the tempo fader from 105 BPM to 100 BPM because the innate BPM of Candy Shop is 98. And as I said a while ago, you want to keep your songs at their innate BPM. And it's important to do that because if you're DJing in front of a crowd, it's going to be hard for them to sing the song and to get into rhythm with the song. So keeping at an innate BPM makes the crowd still familiar with the song you're playing. And that's always a good thing. And now we're going to load the next song, which is In My Feelings by Drake. I'm going to do a Joe Cooley scratch and I'm going to explain to you what it is in a bit. Okay, so let's read the caption. I just did the Joe Cooley scratch. It works great in scratching in songs, beats, and acapellas. So what is a Joe Cooley scratch? A Joe Cooley scratch is actually a scratch combo. It's not really a specific scratch, but it's a combination of two scratches. First scratch is a swirl or a tear. So that's you pushing the platter forward, forward, back. Ta ta ta, ta ta ta, followed by two chirps. Ta 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 ta. You can watch a tutorial on that video somewhere in my YouTube channel, but it's there. And if you're again a beginner, using the Joe Cooley scratch is a great way to scratch in a song, a cappella, or in a beat, and to sound like you're, better than you actually are. Because it's a really fast scratch, and if you can just memorize the movements of your hand in the crossfader, you're gonna sound pretty dope. And it's not a hard scratch to do. I actually recommend it after you learn your stabs, your babies, your flares, and your transforms. So let's continue. So I'm gradually increasing the volume of In My Feelings because I don't want to scratch it right away. When you do a Joe Cooley scratch or when you just scratch in a song by doing a baby scratch or a chirp or a stab or whatever, and you're going to mix it in, don't go on full volume because you're going to shock the audience and the crowd. Always go for half a volume or 1/4 of volume. You don't want your scratching in the next song be the highlight of your transition. You just want to complement the mix. So mixing it at 1/2 or 1/4 would be good. It also gives you a good time to properly EQ and just blend in the song, which is what a DJ does. Pad effects now is activated on deck number 1, and I'm going to use the echo out feature on pad effects, which is just here on pad number 1. And I'm going to echo out the whoa section of the 50 Cent song. And while that is happening, I'm slowly going to create my own build-up by using dub echo and echo on deck number 2. Here we go. Because if you look at this waveform over here of In My Feelings, there's no build-up there. You have to really just create your own. It's literally a snare to the song, and What I don't like about this edit is that. So that's why I have to make this own build up live and with the song. Alright, let's continue. Come on. So before we move forward, let me first talk to you about dub echo and echo in creating your own live build-up with the song. The reason why I use dub echo and not filter as my color effects is because dub echo gives a cool sort of layered echoey sound effect. It sounds like there's multiple things going on when there's actually just one thing going on. And combining that color effects with echo creates even more layers in a build-up. And that's really needed for this intro over here because there isn't a build-up. You literally have to create your own. So we just activate echo out on whoa. Once we do that, we have about 8 beats till we reach the end of the intro section of In My Feelings. So in that time, I'm slowly gonna crank everything up to create this whole build-up-ish effect. Right before we reached it, I pulled back everything to about 12 o'clock because you want your build-up to be up, but you also have to keep in mind of the tail effect of your dub echo and of your echo. And you want the people to hear that quick silence right before the drop hits. That's why when you hear these EDM songs, just like whoop, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, bam, bam. So that's why I put it back to 12 o'clock. So if you're gonna be making your own build-up, make sure to create some space for the drop, which is going to be incredibly strong. Because if you do it when the drop hits or during when the drop is going on, it's gonna sound terrible. It's gonna be like a big convoluted mess of